Hello, I'm Davia Chambers and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're at Footprints Nature Reserve in Culloden at Culloden Bay. This 62-acre property is a conversion of an 18th century sugarcane and cocoa plantation. There are no relics from that time period on this site, but the owners have built a retractable roof over the restaurant similar to that of a cocoa house. This place was bought over by a local family and has been in operation as Footprints since 1996. There are 4 accommodation buildings and a restaurant, as well as both fresh and saltwater pools. We'll visit one of the buildings which has 3 pools, but first, let's tell you what's happening in our stories this week. A big turnout for the final self-government meeting. We'll tell you how Tobagonians voted. The National Security Minister says major crimes in Tobago are down and there's an increase in the detection rate on this island, and tourism on the upswing. Higher numbers expected from Finland in December.
Come on. Where we go? Back up your thing. Going big people fret. Make girl call and ask if I leave home. Well, I tell she a real close. Girl I almost there. All inclusive fete. Yeah, tonight go her real vibes. This crowd here go be real nice. Can't find me ticket. I done by the door. Realize I have to pay more.
This is Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us here at Footprints Nature Reserve in Culloden. This place is a 45-minute drive from Crown Point and is located just between Golden Lane and Moriah Village. It can house just over 38 people, but this building where we're at right now can house between 8 to 10 guests. There's lush vegetation all around, complemented by the nearby ocean and a kiddie pool. This eco-resort and spa is perfect for families. And the Tobago family might soon have something to celebrate. After more than 15 meetings, the consultations on internal self-government for this island have ended. And as Caroline Wallace tells us, Tobagonians turned out in large numbers to cast their votes.
A federal type system of governance. Those in favor? Any against? Any against? Okay, let's project. Removal of cabinet dominance and override of decisions.
Any against?
Any against?
An affirmation by those in attendance at the final consultation on Tobago's road to internal self-government. The audience casting a final vote on the issues identified as the wishes of Tobagonians.
For us to send a signal to those in the country, the rest of Tobago, the rest of the country, the rest of the region, that this time we mean business, this time we're doing it together, and this time we're not taking no for an answer.
That's because self-government will allow Tobagonians many things this island never got in the past.
To properly develop your agriculture, providing things like access roads, markets, even crop insurance for your farmers. We will do that in Tobago if you have self-government. You can't do it now. It will allow you to develop the tourism that you want. It will allow you to build your new communities. Right now, you still have to get permission from somebody coming from Town and Country Planning to give you permission to put up a toilet in Tobago.
This meeting was seen as decision time for Tobago, and although there's still some way to go, Tobagonians are already excited about the prospect of greater autonomy.
I am suggesting that the concept of equality of status, to me, overpowers everything that Tobago may need at this juncture. I think if we can rally behind that at least, we have captured almost the entire problem.
All 11 issues identified by Tobagonians will be taken to the Parliament for debate and discussion. I am Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
These are the encouraging numbers from the Ministry of National Security. Major crime in Tobago has decreased by 39%, while there's been a 25% increase in the detection rate on this island. And it hopes it will only get better from here on as talks on improving the safety measures on the island continue. Omadara Mills explains.
Tourists coming to Tobago can feel safer knowing that in addition to the decrease in major crimes on the island, there's been a reported decrease in crimes against tourists. One reason may be the implementation of a tourism crime fighting plan, which sees the heightened police presence around the areas where tourists visit. And with these promising results, it was agreed at the 2.5-hour Tobago security meeting that this will continue.
I am also pleased that the collaboration will continue with the Tobago Police Service to ensure that we can have heightened patrolled presence in our sites and attractions that are visited and frequented by the tourists or the visitors.
And it's not just more patrols. More police officers are needed if this program is to be successful.
I'm very pleased that work has in fact started with regards to work will start with regards to the training of SRPs who will form part or who will be a part of the tourism-oriented policing unit.
The Chief Secretary of London says that although he's pleased with the decisions, there are still some unresolved matters.
I must say that I was encouraged by today's meeting, and I am of the opinion that we have made some progress with respect to the security issues in Tobago. Of course, the issues like the police station at Roxborough and of course at Old Grange, these remain outstanding. Some progress has been made towards the construction of the fire services headquarters.
Tobago currently has 128 CCTV cameras that are in keeping with international standards, and in order to improve security, there are plans to increase this amount. There are also plans to implement more visible security measures at the island's ports of entry. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
And that meeting should send a positive signal to tourists thinking of coming here. It should also reassure those booked to come on Apollo Airlines. That service is set to continue its weekly schedule to Tobago for the upcoming winter season, and as Juliet James tells us, it's expected Tobago will see increased passenger loads from Finland.
After a meeting with the industry stakeholders and representatives from the Division of Tourism and Transportation, Senior Contract Manager from Culloden Nordic, Lisa Gusevic, says that since the last winter season, the local tourism industry has a better understanding of the Scandinavian market.
Scandinavians are very happy to interact with Tobagonians and to visit the island. It's not so much just about the hotel itself, but basically everybody wants a good visit of the island, a good island tour, and also interesting cuisine. We like to go out and sample food from Tobago and try the different restaurants on the island.
While the Nordic representative is aiming to have full capacity weekly flights to Tobago, other marketing initiatives such as consumer and trade campaigns are being conducted before the season starts with about 400 travel agents from the Nordic region. The Division of Tourism and Transportation's marketing manager, Avian Hercules, says that this drive is an attempt to attract more passengers from Denmark and Norway.
We've been doing a number of familiarization tours. As a matter of fact, tour operators, product managers from Apollo, they've been here repeatedly throughout the year, and they've been looking and working with the stakeholders and basically getting ready for this new season.
In anticipation of the upcoming season, the various industry stakeholders are ensuring that the standard of service is improved in an effort to enhance the visitor's stay on the island.
So that everybody is looking to improve, upgrade, make sure that what people saw last year is different this year, that there have been improvements both in terms of style and standard, but also in terms of some of the service delivery that we gave.
We are doing short courses, we're going to improve on customer service. We are doing the Hospitality Assured program very soon. So all of those things, as with all the flights that's coming in, it's not just Apollo, we have to continually improve to keep in the game. The competition is strong.
Approximately 300 visitors will arrive at the ANR International Airport in December on the first Apollo airline flight for the 2014-2015 winter season. The weekly rotation will end in March 2015. From the Division of Tourism and Transportation, I'm Julia James reporting for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to take a break, but stay with us to find out how a day cleaning up our beaches can positively boost your health and well-being. You're viewing Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us. Today we're at Footprints Nature Reserve in Culloden, where there's a lot to learn about nature and preservation. This place uses fresh water to fill up 3 pools. It has a pump to direct salt water into this jacuzzi and the infinity lap pool just on the other side. The pools are also solar heated. This means there's no need to feel guilty about your leisure time or your spa treatments here at Footprints. But let's leave here and take you to Bethel. This is a community in Tobago deemed a high needs area. This means it requires intervention to reduce deviant and antisocial behavior. The Citizen Security Program on this island is seeking to do just that, but they'll use the positive role models from Bethel to bring about this change. Here's the plan.
That's just a piece of one of the over 800 songs sung by Calypso Rose, a Calypsonian who became the first woman to win the road march competition in 1977 and is regarded as one of the international ambassadors of Calypso music. This world-class singer, born MacArthur Lewis, is from Bethel, and her name will be among the first 10 to go up on Bethel's honor wall, a monument which is being constructed by the Citizen Security Program as part of its Rapid Impact project.
We can put the names and the achievement of members and residents of the community of Bethel so that we can leave an indelible mark on the minds of members of the community about the achievements of their own fellow community members, and also to leave a historical record for the next generation of Bethelians to come.
The wall is meant to inspire residents to engage in positive activity and grow into a more harmonious community, an idea which many residents appreciate.
Being a member of this village, something like this, I'm really thrilled at it. You see, we have a stigma in the village like nothing good can come out of Bethel, but great things continually comes out of Bethel, and this is just another one of it.
I think it's a very good idea. As folks can pass by, as they pass by, they will see the names of people inscribed on the wall. Of course, they'll have an idea of what they did, what contribution they made to the community.
After this sod-turning ceremony, the members of the Community Action Council, as well as other Bethel residents, will decide on the names to go on the wall by the time it is completed in 6 weeks. The THA is supporting the initiative since it will help create a safer environment for all Tobagonians. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Ocean trash ranks as one of the most serious pollution problems, but it's much more than an eyesore. It affects the health of people, marine life, and economies. This island prides itself on being clean, green, and serene. So every year, Tobagonians team up with the international organization Ocean Conservancy to assist in cleaning up our beaches. That time has come again.
Tobago is turning the tide on trash. The Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment has started cleaning up various beaches across the island, from Speyside to Canaan, as they participated in celebrations to mark International Coastal Cleanup Day 2014. They want Tobagonians to understand that a healthier ocean means a healthier us.
We need to remember that the environment and us keeping it clean has an impact on our health, well-being, and even mental wellness.
She says This year's event is important because of the findings from last year's cleanup exercise.
We had a number of items that were noteworthy, as we mentioned in the monologue, the syringes, a lot of plastic bottles and cans, that sort of thing. But something that we really wanted to take note of, we even found a chair, a baking pan, a suitcase. So that is just to tell you the kind of level of things that are entering into the sea. And you have no idea where it comes from.
So this year, the idea is to get people to turn out, not just for the customary one-day cleanup, but two.
By when started last year, because they heard about it, got excited and said, we want to be a part of it. And because most of the people down there, they are Sunday worshippers, we had it on a Sunday. And now even today, we had people from the east side who are Sunday Sabbath worshippers saying, we want to be up in the east side. So that is what we want. We want people to get excited to help the environment.
The theme for this year is Turning the Tide on Trash. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Let's switch focus to tell you why road safety is high on Tobago's agenda. Did you know that as of last month, August 25th to be exact, there were close to 100 road fatalities in this country? Well, that's the data compiled by Arrive Alive, and these are figures Tobago isn't ignoring. This island understands that education works as a preventative method, which is why an interactive auto safety expo will be hosted here.
Slow but sure doesn't apply here, but what this aptly captures is a complaint that too many people want to get to their destination fast, really fast. This means less care and attention to your driving, your safety and the safety of others. But there's an auto safety expo hoping to change this mindset, to educate the public on the ways in which they can be safe while driving.
We will learn, if we have to modify a vehicle, how to modify vehicles properly. We would learn about road rules, the laws of the land as it pertains to being on the road. We'll learn about, when you're modifying vehicles, what is illegal in modifying a vehicle.
The Auto Safety Expo, which is hosted by the Department of Youth Affairs, will facilitate organizations such as the police and fire services. But the campaign aims to do much more. It's a chance to get some defensive driving tips from a company which specializes in teaching persons how to avoid and survive other people's bad driving.
It is important for anyone, not necessarily young persons, because it's something that you don't know what is going to happen at the end of the day when you leave your home. It's always good to be prepared for any outcome, any circumstance that may take place on the road.
The expo will also have other components, including interactive sessions. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're taking another break, but coming up, a way to get abs of steel without paying a gym subscription. We'll tell you where on the other side of this break. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago, and no, we're not shooting a local version of Titanic. We're in fact at Footprints Nature Reserve in Culloden. As you can see, the view here is breathtaking, but if this doesn't fancy you, then what if we told you the story behind your meals here? The menu is inspired by the many herbs, vegetables and fruit trees that are on these grounds. Footprints also cook local fish, raise their own chickens and make their own sauces, juices and ice creams, all from local produce. It's a great way to enjoy a vacation and stave off the pounds. And while we're on the topic of watching our waistlines, there's a way to get our ideal body without a monthly subscription fee. It's a gym, loosely speaking, located at one of the many recreational grounds on this island. And as Keyshawn Wilson reports, all you need to do is turn up.
Nyron comes from Canaan almost every day to this recreational ground in Blackrock to exercise. Why? He wants to be a part of a world that's becoming more health conscious. A world where people are seeing the value in leading healthy lives. But at the Black Rock Recreational Ground, it costs him nothing to get moving. Here, the public have the option to exercise using gym equipment for free. It's the only field in Tobago with exercise equipment that can be accessed at any time.
Well, I'm a physical training instructor, so I would encourage people to come and train. So we need more facilities like this to encourage more people to come and sweat.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Reason being, I think I lose 10 pounds already now.
I came all the way from Canaan, Bonaccord, and we don't have these facilities down at that end. So this will be a great initiative if it could be placed on all fields in Tobago, especially with the rise in these lifestyle diseases.
Other communities will soon have equipment placed on their fields.
It's almost a no-brainer because what is the fact that was the pilot, and that was basically to test to see what the reaction would be. And I mean, the response has been so overwhelming that we are almost shamed into replicating that in several other places.
Mr. Trim says there are many benefits for having access to exercise equipment, not to mention at no cost.
What it does, it really allows not only for recreational uses like persons who are going for keep fit and so on, but the teams that train can also use it as station drills for their own football or whatever preparation.
In the meantime, people continue to make their way here, early in the mornings as well as evenings.
Because, I mean, I just be here like almost every day. And without this, just the spins alone, is a burnout now. So, yeah, Plymouth need one.
I'm Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
It was the first time that a cultural performance opened and closed the final night of Fashion Gallery's Spring-Summer 2014-2015 fashion show in one of the fashion capitals, New York City. The people who got that opportunity are from this island, and from the feedback, they did very well.
It's some minutes to the show, and right now I'm extremely excited. And yes, I'm just ready to make my country proud.
I'm very excited about this performance. A little bit nervous because of the spacing. It's so intimate, but I'm really excited to give it my all.
Kimmy and Chauvel just before they began a performance that would put Tobago's culture on display in New York City, at a time when the Big Apple was buzzing with the who is who in the fashion world. They were part of a team of cultural performers who visited during Fashion Week, opening and closing a fashion show called Fashion Gallery, as well as lending support to Tobagonian designers featured in the event by complementing their presentations. It was a trip to expose those involved in the arts and to market this island to new audiences.
It was a lovely birthing process for fashion, culture, and to show the relevance. Because one would think that at the very glance that fashion and culture may not be married together. But I saw the way you really move, your rhythm, your body.
He says a fitting tribute was paid to our scenic beaches and a wreath.
We were able to blend couture fashion with culture and to make it expressively beautiful, and was really appreciated using the elements, traditional elements, which included our folk material, and it included the use of the sail pan, the national instrument, and the drum, so which we are known here for in Tobago.
And the director of Fashion Gallery, Gregory Moore, says he's impressed with the showing of the Tobago performers.
It was simple, chic, and extravagant, so I can't wait till February. We got to bring you guys back.
And he wasn't the only one satisfied.
I think that they did a really good job. I like the artistic concepts that they had.
And with the Tobago contingent being around the same space as some of the world's biggest designers, models, editors and buyers, who knows what's in store? I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Tobago 1677 and the Dream Hotel are just two films shot on this island. But that's not because Tobago lacks locations which are perfect for many genres of movies. The local film industry is still in its fetal stages, but one local filmmaker is ready to do his part to build it. How? Betty Ann Bigot tells us more.
Tobago's film industry has immense potential, and hopefully, with the knowledge of one budding filmmaker, this island's potential will be fully realized. For now, he's gaining all the experience he can so that his work and this island can be seen more frequently on the big screen. His latest training was on the set of this American movie filmed in Trinidad and Tobago, Girlfriend's Getaway. Wayne John worked as the production assistant and unit photographer thanks to Lisa Wickham of Imagine Media Limited.
Being on the set, it was a really cool experience. It is an experience I would forever hold on to. Being among the American and local cast, seeing the director communicating and interacting with the cast and crew, those were some of the experiences that I really, really wanted.
Ms. Wickham says that through Wayne's involvement in this film, he now has the wherewithal to produce productions of an international standard right here.
With what they have learned, they are now well positioned to do their own productions and to do it well. And also they've networked. You know, they are now linked into an international community of production people who they can call on and tap into to help them develop their own projects. And having been exposed to these standards when they're doing their productions in Tobago now, I expect that they will implement those standards.
And Wayne has plans to put into operation all he has learned pretty soon. And that film will be shot right in Tobago.
I had started a screenplay called Passing in 2012. I started writing it before I even knew how to write for film. You know, I just was working on this story. And the part of it became real, and I had to kind of put it off. And because it kind of scared me a bit. Then I got the encouragement to get back to it and finish it and stuff like that. And I was privileged today to hand it over to Lisa Wickham for her to read and to give her review on it, and if we could start working on it and stuff like that.
Girlfriend's Getaway is being shown at movie town locations including Tobago. I'm Betty and Bigot for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, our viewers. As we told you earlier, top national security officials, including the minister, met with officials from the Tobago House of Assembly to discuss this island's concerns and to look at ways security can be improved here. Emerging from that meeting, the National Security Minister said there have been some positives, and the Chief Secretary said he's encouraged, but he'd still like some outstanding issues addressed. So today we're asking, how will those national security talks help Tobago? This is what you said.
I find it will help Tobago a lot for more tourism, to be more secure. They could be going outside, be normal, I mean in areas, so that'll be worrying somebody putting on to your head.
We are a tourist destination island, and we need tourists to be well protected. So we need security that is reliable, that could take care of the tourists and people in the island.
They came up, they discussed it, and they put plans, but they have to put it in for we to see.
Tobago need proper security, and at least all the security that they have in Trinidad, all the section of police, Tobago should have some of that in Tobago at this time.
Give it like 2 weeks, a month, and see if there's any different, any changes.
They could implement more CCTV cameras in more areas, and once they're actually working, once they can run back the clips and to identify, the culprits and so, yes, it will come in handy.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Remember, you can send us your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program to information@tha.gov.tt, or even visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and enjoyable week. And as we go, here's a final look at Footprints Nature Reserve.